Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night. This week's hobby news is brought to you by CMOgames.com. More on them in a bit, but we also have a lot of things to cover today, including my reaction to the latest BoltGun trailer. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's hobby news. BoltGun has a brand new gameplay trailer, which I thought we would watch right now. Let me get my headphones on, and then we'll hit play and see exactly what this boomer shooter is going to be looking like.
When the ruinous powers of chaos unleash their foulest
look how cute they are!
Will prevail against
I love
the
all the
darkness.
Nurgle models.
The Ultramarines!
The Ultramarines!
Is a gory, rapid-fire boomer shooter blast from the past!
Oh yeah!
Take control of a mighty
I love the art, it's so good. Oh, look at the little
into
Nurglings!
the grim, dark universe of
That was the creature from Blackstone Fortress, actually.
40,000. Summoned by the Inquisition, you'll scour Graia, a forge world on the brink. Overrun by cultists, traitors.
I liked how purple that one room was.
It is time to purge.
Yes! Purge the heretics! Oh my god, look at it. It looks beautiful, doesn't
Your
it?
sacred armor and your battle-honed instincts.
Oh,
Blast cultists apart with your mighty Boltgun.
yes!
Smash traitors with
I mean,
your
wait, no, we
charge.
should be kinder to
Shred the
cultists.
brawn of the archenemy
The Chaos
with your
Cultist is a dear friend of mine,
maim
and he should not be treated this way.
with your
But I am looking forward to absolutely devastating them in this game.
Unleash
Yes.
your wrath upon the enemies of the Imperium.
Hey up!
Friend zone me?
Only
No, I didn't friend zone
to
you!
the end. For the Emperor!
For the oh my god, that was a Zinch demon.
Boltgum.
That was really cool. I mean, we've seen a bunch of Zinch demons, but it was the big bird one.
PC, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Warning! BoltGun is an unyielding blend of old and new intensified by the most radiant 256 color palette that will literally
Melt your brain!
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for my brain to be melted by this game. So BoltGun is officially going to be out beginning May 23rd. That is the official release date, which is a Tuesday, which means that it's a day that I normally stream. So instead of doing a traditional hobby live stream that day, on the 23rd of May, I am going to be trying out BoltGun for the first time. I've actually not played these types of shooters before. I've never actually played Doom or Quake or any kinds of games like this. So this is actually gonna be my first experience with a Doom-like game. And for it to be BoltGun, which looks absolutely stunning. Like, can we just talk about this room and how beautifully purple it is? How cool she looks? Or he, I actually don't know. The long hair is a little deceiving there, but I absolutely love the artwork. I love how just bright and bold and stylized all of the graphics are. It looks absolutely amazing. Plus we have great enemies. Let's see if we can find, well, he's being obliterated there, but we have some nice Chaos Space Marines. We, of course, are fighting Chaos Cultists and Nurglings and all. Look at them! They're so happy to see you! I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be playing this, provided that there aren't any, first day launch issues on the 23rd. I hope you guys are excited for it. I know that I certainly am. I'm going to definitely be picking this up, obviously, because I'll be playing it on the channel. And now a word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. If you're anything like me, you live in the US, but you're absolutely obsessed with collecting and painting those tiny plastic soldiers that you get from Games Workshop. Or perhaps you're also like me and you like looking at beautiful art that you can get on those collectible trading card games like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. Well, I have your next destination for your online shopping trip, and that is CMOgames.com. Because you see, the friendly staff over at CMO Games have been supplying gamers with hobby supplies and games for 20 years, and they specialize specifically in Games Workshop products. So if you want to get your hands on the latest Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar products, make sure to check them out because they do offer pre-orders and it might help you avoid the queue on the Games Workshop's actual website. And if you happen to be in the continental US, you spend $50 on their website and you can get free shipping on that order, which is a nice little savings because we all know shipping has gone up lately. So I'd highly encourage you to check out the link that I've left in my video description below for CMO Games, and I'd like to thank CMO Games for sponsoring today's episode. Now let's go ahead and get back to the news. Another trailer to watch, but this time it is a trailer of Gaunts versus a Power Fist because Games Workshop has proposed a question to us. Have you ever wondered how a Tyranid looks as it's getting punched by a Power Fist? And to honestly answer that question, Games Workshop, no, because you've definitely illustrated that in the plethora of Terminators fighting Tyranids artwork that you have had people create out there. And I'm also pretty darn sure that your Black Library novelists have also probably in excruciating detail described exactly what a Tyranid looks like getting punched in the face by a Power Fist. But you know what? I'm happy to watch it in glorious 3D. So let's do this. Okay, the announcer saves this for me. He is beautiful. It is a lovely new model. The Adeptus Astartes! Okay, that was great. Ooh.
That did not last very long at all.
No, it did not. Not that any of us expected it to. It is a Power Fist going into a Gaunt. So it makes sense that it would absolutely obliterate them. That was genuinely fun though, and I appreciate the announcer. What this tells me is Games Workshop continues to let their Blood Bowl people work on other projects outside of just Blood Bowl, because I feel like the energy in that particular trailer completely had that going for it. A very fun trailer, if a little bit silly. We have a couple of other things to talk about. Speaking of the team that handles Blood Bowl, we have a brand new star player coming to us from Forge World, and he is a delightfully smart troll. I love the look of this model. That probably comes as zero surprise to you guys because you all know that I am a big fan of the Blood Bowl models in general, but I really like trolls. I've not painted that many, but I have painted at least one on camera, and I think I've done at least one other one off camera, and they are a delight. Predominantly because I get to use a lot of colors I really enjoy working with, purples, pinks, blues, and soft green color tones. And this troll just makes me so happy because he has the most adorable eyeglasses. It works perfectly. He is supposed to be the smartest troll, and he definitely plays the part super well. Love this guy so much. If I end up seeing him at my friendly local game store, I might actually grab this one because I think he'd be a delight to paint. Now I want to move into the realm of trading card games because we have a brand new trading card game that has been announced from Fantasy Flight Games called Star Wars Unlimited. And this is meant to be a more traditional trading card game, much like Magic the Gathering and another of Disney's upcoming releases, Disney's Lorcana. I almost said that wrong because I almost always say it wrong, but it's Disney's Lorcana. This is intriguing because Fantasy Flight to me has had a very up and down history with card games. They sort of popularized the living card game genre through Netrunner and Arkham Horror and a variety of other games, and those did very well, but then they canceled Netrunner, in my opinion, seemingly out of nowhere, when I just at least felt like there were still plenty of fans of that game around. They had a bunch of other card games, including another Star Wars card game called Star Wars Destinies that did absolutely atrociously. And they've had failures like Keyforge, which was one of their latest ones, and now they don't even own the rights to anymore, and it's not even published by them. So the fact that Fantasy Flight Games is at it again with another trading card game, and even another Star Wars trading card game, kind of blows my mind. Especially when we go back to the fact that Disney does have another trading card game lined up through Ravensburgers with Disney's Lorcana. And even though this is going to be a very different theming than the Lorcana game, it's still all Disney, and they're really saturating, the market with their products because they also have Marvel Champions, which is just, something for their superhero fans and everything. But again, they have so many trading card games out there. So I really don't know what to actually expect from this one when it comes out in 2024. Now, one thing that we do know about the game, because there's not a huge amount of info about it yet, but we do know the first set is going to be focused on the original trilogy. My hope is that later on, if this game is actually successful for Fantasy Flight Games, that we end up seeing some character art for Clone Wars characters, because I personally do like collecting card art, and I would not mind collecting artwork of all of my favorite Clone Wars characters. So please, I hope this does well, and I hope I get future lines featuring my more favorite characters. Let me know what you think about this down below, because I know there are a lot of people who have probably had a hit or miss experience with Fantasy Flight card games, and I want to know if you are actually excited about this, or if you were really, really hesitant like I am because of your experience with Star Wars Destinies. That game just did not do well. I knew plenty of local game stores that got stuck with a ton of excess product for it that was very difficult to move, and I just don't want to see that happen again, so I'd love to know what your thoughts are down below on whether you think this is going to be good or not. Last but not least, I want to talk about something that just kind of blows my mind, because if you have not heard, Dungeons & Dragons, Hasbro, wants to create their own TV network on extended cable in the US. Not a streaming service, but a TV network featuring old classic D&D cartoons as well as real life play of Dungeons & Dragons, which is kind of what you can already get on like a dozen YouTube series, including Critical Role. But beyond that, like, I just don't get what Hasbro could possibly be thinking with this venture. These kinds of ideas never do well, and as much as there is a lot of nostalgia for the classic D&D cartoon, I know they make a lot of merchandise focused around it, the actual cartoon is not the best. It's really not worth its own television network. I just don't know if this is going to work. I need to talk about it because it absolutely blew my mind, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are on it down below in the comments. All right, that has been it for this week in hobby news. Do make sure to use the link down in my video description below to check out CMO Games, and thank you once again to CMO Games for sponsoring today's episode. I also want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we would not be doing this, so thank you very, very much. I have been Angela, and I hope you have a wonderful hobby night.